Yep, now I'm testing the camera. I've got a new bit of a... I'm actually using the selfie stick, which, pro tip, actually sort of works with the bottom of my camera being super jacked up, which I'm gonna try and edit some other footage from my phone here. Yeah, little sidewalk slam, because I'm listening to the 2016 Rumble, not this year's Rumble match. But I decided, you know what, since I found my camera today, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to try and get in some work on it, you know, do a little vlog, because my friend Will from Peace, Love, and Guns, thanks for the pro strat, bro, said I should do a little, do some vlogging with it. And I will not show my husband, who is going to give me some of the Oreos that he is about to open, because that has to happen. But if I have to talk, oh, I get a, I get to eat Oreos on camera. I'm gonna have to edit all this out. That's gonna be fun, because I don't do a lot of editing. And what I mean by that is, when I do the editing that you see for my wrestling podcast, it's more than I'm trying to cut out the ending, because I don't have editing software on my phone, and the camera on this thing doesn't want to stay. I don't know how I could show you that the bottom of this thing is jacked. It is completely jacked up. I mean, the original mount where you would have screwed into it, he was filming some longboard, this asshole that I used to call my friend, I loaned him my camera because he was using it to record for a longboarding video he was doing, and I was cool with it. I was fine. And then he dropped it, and he broke it after building a rig out of PVC pipe that he said, oh, they swear this won't break, and I'll show you. And he drops it, and it was fine. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But somehow manages to bust the bottom of my camcorder that I've now had for the better part of 4 years, would you say? Yeah, I'd say that. I've had this camera for a while. Got it on Black Friday. Yay me. And like I said, I'm gonna try and do some vlogging with this. And we have a little bit of WWE news. This again, sorry, gonna have to learn how to work with the camera that I have now, because we are not fancy here. We are definitely not fancy. We are the least fancy. But if you want to see my current tripod, this is the rig that I'm using. A wicker chair, a bottle of soap, my Spartan Race brick, a spacer from the Home Depot, and a little bit of rope. That's what holds most of my camera stuff together. And I want this to work so bad, because having a better camera is always better. Let's get this back in. Yeah, see, no, we might get there. Nope, not gonna get there. It's a little heavier. I will work on that. See, now you see my set, and the camera's off. So, yeah, that'll, again, we're a learning process, in the learning phases. And I have just now gone trim, and I didn't mean to. Okay, no, I'm okay slightly with this. Again, working on everything. Day-to-day basis, kind of gonna just eventually get there. So, the news from WWE today was that I need more light in this room. Yeah. Thanks, production. The news was actually that Ryback on his podcast, Conversations with the Big Guy, he just really ripped into Vince and ripped into Kevin. Now, we don't know if he means WWE executive producer Kevin Dunn, who catches a lot of shit from the online community because of his choices in production, the choices that he makes in storyline, how close backstage he may or may not be to Vince McMahon himself, and feeding ideas to him and keeping things going in a certain direction. And I personally don't know Kevin Dunn, so I don't know if he's really to blame for all these things that they say that he's had a hand in. That being said, when you are a former competitor, and if you go back and you listen to some of his other podcasts when he's talked about like Samoa Joe's injuring Tyson Kidd and his own experiences that he's had with CM Punk, and how CM Punk straight blames him and says that, and has repeatedly said that Ryback stole 20 years from him. That's a serious allegation. That's a serious accusation. You can't just say shit like that and not have some reaction come back from it. So it's hard to want to side with either argument on this. He comes out and he blasts Vince McMahon, saying Vince McMahon should take care of Tyson Kidd for life, just set him up really well. That's my thing. What is Tyson Kidd doing? I'm not the smartest, Mark, obviously. I'm just some dude who now has a camcorder to point at his dumb face while he stands and talks about wrestling because he can't get shit right on his tripod that he is building. But that's the thing. That is the cut point for me. Is this guy's talking about something serious, about somebody who he was not personally involved with, that he had no interaction with outside of the fact that, yeah, they worked together for the same company for a number of years, but he wasn't there. He wasn't in the match. So how the hell are you going to stand up and say, oh, no, this is how this should go? No, fuck you. You ain't allowed to say shit like that. You're not allowed to come off and say, this is how this should work, because you don't get that choice. You weren't there. I personally, not having watched the match of Samoa Joe versus Tyson Kidd, could believe that it was an accident, could believe that it was unintentional, could believe that WWE should be remorseful, and probably is. Now, how they proceed forward from there, my take. Ryback's not wrong. They should take care of him. But let him stay in the business. I don't know if he's retired. I don't know if Tyson Kidd's retired, working with another production, say TNA or somewhere like that. Step in and say, listen, we understand, we know what you sacrificed for this business. We've got an angle for you. You are going to be Natalia's manager. Get him an on-screen personality. Get him to be a heel. Get him to be really bitter, because I'm sure that's not going to be hard. Let him in the business and keep him around like you keep Ric Flair around. Mick Foley. Fuck, no, they're right there. Right there's your idea. Make him the next GM of Raw. I know everybody's saying, oh, Kurt Angle should take over for Mick Foley, because Mick Foley is not going to be around for that long. Maybe WWE swerves us and Tyson Kidd gets to be the new on-screen general manager of Raw. And his bitterness against Samoa Joe and other big opponents leads him to continuously book it against them. I don't hate that. And that's what you do. You give this to Tyson Kidd and say, listen, this is a indefinite job, but you're going to continuously be on screen. And even if you don't, let's say he's like, no, I don't want to be on screen. I don't want to be on television. I don't want to travel. It's not a thing I want to do anymore. I'm done. Then turn it around and say, okay, maybe you don't want to be on screen. Be off screen. Go down to NXT, be in the Performance Center, and start training our guys on how to wrestle safely, how to be a safer worker. That is a beautiful plan. Now, I don't know what I'll continue saying, I don't know things, but if you in the comments want to just jump in and say, hey, this is what Tyson Kidd's been doing for the last 5 years, fine. Please do that for me. I'm in this to enjoy the story and learn more about a thing that I grew up loving. I liked Triple H and The Rock. I loved Stone Cold Steve Austin. Mankind was one of my favorite wrestlers. The Undertaker has been a presence and will always hold a place in my heart. Do I believe that the streak should have ended? Yes. Do I think it should have ended Brock Lesnar? No. Personally, I think that the match that Undertaker had against Shawn Michaels the second time should have been the end of the Undertaker streak. Give it to Shawn Michaels. Why the hell not? They're friends. They're both Texas natives. It was happening in San Antonio, I believe. It was the 25th anniversary of WrestleMania. You had nothing else. You had to do nothing else but sign this off, let it go, and do the thing. And people would have loved it. And HBK could have just went, you know what? I did it. I did the thing I wanted to do. You know what? Screw it. See ya. No, I'm gone. That's it. I'm gone. I don't know what else to do with myself. I had this goal, and I didn't anticipate that I'd get there. Him getting there makes it amazing. But you gave it to Brock Lesnar, who got beat by Goldberg in 90 seconds, who's 54 years old. And that just means that the Fastlane match, you've got to have some screwball fuck finish, and I don't. God, I gotta start that. I'll do that later. But right now, that's kind of the news I wanted to get out, and I wanted to talk about, and I also wanted to do some stuff with my new camera, and it'll get better. So, thank you, Will. Thank you, anybody who watches this. Thank anybody for liking, commenting, subscribing, throwing me some love. That's basically what you're doing. You're encouraging me on this journey as I try to make this whole thing better. So, see you next time.